Today, I really want to dive into something that is just what I think is such an exciting topic. When I began to understand this, honestly, my life has begun to change in ways that I didn't think it was going to. And it's so exciting. And I just want the same for you. So, even if you don't understand this topic right now, you can come back and listen to this time and time again. But what I want to talk to you about today is the fact that you are not just creating your reality, you're actually selecting it. And we're going to dive into what that actually means. But before we do, I'd love, love, love if you guys could hit the subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube, or leave me a review and follow on Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening to this. Okay, so I want to talk to you today about the game-changing shift in perspective that has really changed my entire life, and one that is going to completely rewrite the way that you see your reality. And you've probably heard this before. People say you are creating your reality. And yes, well, that is true. It is only part of the equation in my belief system. Because in every moment, you're not just creating, you're actually selecting the timeline that you want to experience. And there are infinite versions of you that are across all different possibilities right now. And every single one is tied to a different concept, a different belief system, a different energetic frequency. And the version of you that has everything that she desires, she actually already exists. The version of you who keeps struggling and overthinking and she's stuck, she also exists. So it's just about you deciding which timeline you want to identify with. So, changing your frequency and your vibration and the tuner of your radio station to decide which timeline you want to participate in. So, which timeline is it that you are going to be choosing? And today, I really want to dive into how to align with the timeline that you actually want, why your subconscious and your nervous system play a huge role in this, and how you can make quantum shifts by choosing your identity right now. But first of all, let's break this down with some science meets spirituality, because you know that I love me a blend of those two things. And at the core of quantum physics is the idea that reality exists in a state of infinite possibilities until it is observed or chosen. In other words, there are multiple potential outcomes all the time, and the one that becomes real for you is the one that you align with. And I just find this such an expansive, exciting piece of knowledge. And I just think we need to harness this and or learn to. And like I said, if you can't learn, it is kind of hard to understand. But if you can't right now, come back and listen to this, rewatch this until you can kind of understand it, because it's just so, so powerful for our lives. So I want to dive into something that I find really exciting. Have you ever heard of the double slit experiment? This proved in science that subatomic particles, so really, really tiny particles, exist in a state of potentiality. So they are a potential until they are observed. And the moment that the attention is placed on them, they collapse into a specific state. And this is exactly how your life works as well. And you are always observing and selecting your reality based on what you expect, believe, and identify as being true for you. So if you're walking around seeing yourself as the woman who has it all, she's magnetic, she's powerful, she's aligned with all the success, your reality is going to collapse into that experience. And if you're stuck in a loop of doubting yourself, waiting for the external proof in your 3D, and identifying as someone who needs to fix or heal herself first, you're going to select that reality instead. And you'll be stuck in a loop and stuck in the healing trap. Go and listen to last week's episode, which I dived into the healing trap last week. That would be really powerful to listen to, and then come back and listen to this one. Because the world is mirroring back to you the timeline that you are choosing. And that is something that I really want you to understand, and just begin to play with this. Just begin to play with the theory that the world is a mirror. So the things that you're putting out into the world are the things that you're going to get back. Now, I want to talk about the two things that absolutely lock in your timeline selection. So you've got your subconscious mind and you've got your nervous system. And these two truly are the gateway of your reality. And I really, really wish more people understood this. And this is my part of my mission, is to help women, especially, understand this and how absolutely life changing this can be. So, like I've obviously mentioned time and time again, your subconscious mind is running the show 95% of the time, which means it's dictating what you expect to be true for yourself. So, if your deep seated beliefs that you hold say that success is really hard and I never get what I want, and I'm never good enough, and I'm not worthy of this thing, then guess what? You're unconsciously selecting a timeline where that is going to be your reality. But here is where most people actually get stuck. So, even when they start changing their beliefs, their nervous system is still going to perceive the new reality as unsafe. Because let's not forget, your brain's main job is to keep you safe, which doesn't mean happy, fulfilled, and free. It just means safe and stuck in the zone of the familiar. So anything that's outside of that is going to be labeled as unsafe. So if you've been operating from a self concept that's tied to struggle, people pleasing, playing small, stepping into your next level identity is going to feel like a threat, like you're being chased by a tiger. We know that's not the case in this day and age, but your brain hasn't got the memo and it still thinks that is happening. So your nervous system is just going to shut you down. And this is why people self sabotage, like think procrastination, not going ahead with the things that they want to do. It's because they consciously want the new timeline, but their body is still anchored in the old timeline. So, how do you break free from this? I want to teach you today how to regulate your nervous system to actually feel safe to step into that new timeline and that new version of you. So, this is going to mean getting uncomfortable with expansion, success, and ease. And it's going to mean normalizing abundance, confidence, and certainty in your body. It's going to mean moving through that resistance without retreating back to your old patterns. And when your mind and your body can align with this new identity, you are going to lock in the timeline that you desire. So, here is the simplest way that you can quantum leap into the timeline that you want. You're going to stop trying to get there and you're just going to start living as her now, because your self concept truly is the fastest way that you can shift your reality, because it's going to dictate what you expect to see in your 3D, what you're going to tolerate in your life, what you're going to magnetize to you, and what you're going to reject and set up boundaries to. Because honestly, if your subconcept is stuck in, I need to work even harder to get this thing, or I'm still figuring it out, I need to research a bit more, or I hope that this is going to work out for me, you are actually actively selecting a timeline where these things are difficult, unclear, and slow. But if you shift to, I'm just the kind of woman who always wins, I'm so fucking hot and fabulous, and things are always working out in my favor, and I decide, and it is done, and I'm just going to draw everything to me because that's just the way it is. You are going to be selecting a timeline where success, clarity, and momentum are inevitable. And the version of you that has everything that you want, she is already existing. And your job is just to become her and to choose her and embody her and align with her energy right now. So if you're ready to start choosing the reality that actually aligns with you, here's how. And I want to give you guys some really practical tips that you can take away and start implementing. So, first of all, you need to decide who it is that you are going to become. Not, I am becoming confident, but I am confident. Not, I am working on my self worth. No, I am already worthy of everything. Not, I am manifesting my success, but I am already successful and deserving of all the abundance in my life. And second, you need to regulate your nervous system to feel safe in this new reality that you want to align with. So, breath work, movement, and visualization are so key. And you will get more visualization tracks on my YouTube channel. So, hop over there and download those. And I'll be also doing some breathwork training soon, which I'm so excited about. So, there'll be some breathwork things coming out as well. But you can also, I want you to catch yourself when your body seizes up at a new opportunity and you feel a little bit of fear and hesitancy because this is actually a sign of your old programming. So I want you to challenge yourself and push through that. And number 3, it's really important to curate your environment to match your new identity. The people that you surround yourself with, the content that you're consuming, and even how you dress should actually reflect the timeline that you are stepping into. And your reality is going to catch up. It has no other choice. And number 4, I want you to anchor the shift in you every single day. So speak, think, and move as if you are already living in the timeline where you have everything that you want. And I don't want you to hope that it's going to happen. I want you to assume that it's real and it is here and it is done. If this episode spoke to you and you're truly ready to stop playing small and start stepping into the most magnetic, powerful version of yourself, my program, the Self Elevation Experience, is exactly what you need. And this is where we're going deep into self concept work, subconscious rewiring, and nervous system expansion so that you can stop waiting and start living as the woman who already has it all. Click the link down in the show notes and let's lock in your new timeline. You are always selecting your reality, and the only question here is, are you choosing powerfully or are you letting your old beliefs make the choice for you? If this episode really resonated, I want you to send me a DM on Instagram at Elevate with Susie and tell me what timeline it is that you're looking into today. And if you think this would inspire someone else as well, please feel free to send it along. Sharing is caring. And leave me a little comment below and let me know what you thought of this episode. And I've got some really exciting guest episodes lined up and I can't wait for those. But if there's anything that you guys want me to discuss, then please comment that also below. And until next time, keep elevating because the version of you that already has everything is just waiting for you to claim her.